welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I wanted to do something that was a little bit more stripped back, simple, because my last two looks have been quite on the glam side, and today I want to just share with you my updated everyday makeup look, my go-to makeup look, just something that I will go to. These are the colors that I like to use. They're very me. It's a nude, sometimes the lip changes, but overall it's quite simple. It's stripped back, and I think a lot of you guys may like this kind of look because it is just an everyday soft glam, I suppose, that makeup look. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to be starting off by using this. It's the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream. The reason why I've started to use this product is because it's getting colder. My lips are super dry, but my skin is also feeling a little bit dry. And this one, you only need a tiny bit of it. It's like a balm. It's very thick, but it is super moisturizing. You can use it in any areas that are dry. You can use it on your lips. You can just soothe areas with it. So I'm just going to take the tiniest amount, rub this in my palms, and then just massage this all over my face area. Now, I wouldn't suggest this product if you don't like, I don't know, because it's quite thick and it's quite heavy, but it's lightweight on the skin, but it is very balmy. And also if you don't like a dewy finish, because this, I found that when I wear it, it kind of shows through my foundation and it gives me that kind of dewy skin satin look, which I really like, so I don't mind it. But most importantly, it just keeps my skin hydrated throughout the day. Okay, so moving on to foundation. The foundation that I've actually been loving, and I don't know if this is discontinued because it was in my local Boots for £2 and that's why I picked it up. And I've been trying it out recently. It's just that tiny little bit too dark. It's the Max Factor. This is the Healthy Skin Harmony Miracle Foundation in the shade Toffee. Now, I think I'm going to go back and get the shade underneath because it is a little bit too dark. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing that with the MAC Face and Body in the shade C5. The Max Factor foundation is very similar to the Face and Body consistency, and that's what I really like about it. It's very lightweight and it's got a dewy finish, which I absolutely love just for an everyday go-to makeup look. So I'm going to take these two, I'm going to mix them together, and then I'm just going to beauty blend them all over the face. I really hope that this Max Factor foundation isn't getting discontinued because I absolutely love it. I wish I'd discovered it before because it's super lightweight, and that's what I like, and it's got that kind of, you can see that glow to it, and I like that. It's so beautiful. Okay, so whilst I'm just quickly blending out, I just wanted to say, when this video goes up, I wanted to wish you guys a really happy Diwali because it's going to be Diwali, and also I wanted you guys to kind of just leave me your requests down below as to what you want to see. I've got a couple of giveaways coming as Christmas is coming for you guys, so make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. But I wanted to ask you guys what you wanted to see, because something that I'm loving and something that I really like doing on Instagram more so is I've started to get into creative makeup. I just feel like that's not really going to go down too well. Like my last video didn't go down too well on this channel, and I feel like you guys may want more relatable videos or videos that, you know, there are looks that you can do. I feel like, and I don't want to be like ranting, but I feel like creative looks and things that are beautiful to look at are not really for YouTube because people don't really want to learn that, right? That's what I'm gathering. People don't want to learn that. They want on YouTube to watch a video that they can relate to or relax to, or something that they can learn from that they're going to do themselves. And Instagram is a platform which, in my eyes, from what I see, is more creative. You can play around with makeup, and because it's a minute long for a video, people don't mind watching it. And that's just the kind of feeling that I'm getting. So that's how I think I'm gonna go about things. I'm still gonna record videos, but they'll be for Instagram if they're creative. But let me know down below if you do still wanna see my creative work, because it seems like a bit of a waste for me not to film it for YouTube if some of you do want to see it, but let me know down below. Next, I'm going to go in with concealer. I love me some concealer. It makes me feel awake, and I have a bit of a complex about my dark circles and pigmentation. So the concealer that I am absolutely loving is the Too Faced. This is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, super coverage, which it absolutely is, and I'm in the shade Warm Sand. I'm going to take this little baby and take the sponge applicator. I'm just going to pop a little bit around my eyes and just a tiny bit around my mouth area as well because it is super coverage. And then I'm just going to use my damp beauty blender again and blend this out. Now that I'm safely looking all one colour, I need to start adding a little bit of dimension, and I like to do this with a tad bit of highlighter. For my everyday highlighter, I don't like to go too thick, so I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown. This is the Intensive Skin Serum Concealer. It's very lightweight and it's in the shade 5 Sand. So I'm going to take this highlighter, and then I'm going to pop this just around my eye area just to brighten my eyes. I'm going to take it down the center of the face as well, just to kind of lift all of the high points of my face, and then I'm going to blend out with my damp beauty blender again. Guys, I've just realised that this top would be perfect if I was going to do that tutorial for, you know, the Kylie Jenner, the Halloween look that she did with the pop of yellow in the inner corner. It looked bomb. I really like yellow, and I really like acid, like an acid green, lime, yellowy green colour at the moment. This top would have been perfect if I was going to do that look. But I'm not, but it would have been perfect. Okay, so I'm moving on to brows. I don't really need to give this commentary anymore because I use the same brow product all the time. You guys know that I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. So I'm just going to take a bit of this. I'm just going to fill it in my brows. You guys have seen me do it a trillion times. My brows don't really change. I just like to thicken them up a little bit, and I like quite strong brows. It's as simple as that, really. I feel like if my brows were a little bit more sparse, I could do more with them. However, they're pretty thick, so I just like to fill in the gaps and keep to the natural shape. Once the brows are down, I'm just going to set them in place. I like to just set them, brush them through. I mean, my brows don't really ever fly off anywhere, but I like to just know that they are set and there is going to be no movement or smudging throughout the day. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and just brush the brows through. Now I want to just very slightly highlight my brow bones to lift my brows a little bit. And for this, I like to use the Kevyn aucoin. This is Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX10. I just like this because it's quite full coverage. Today I'm not going to prime my lids with it because I don't want my lids to have too much concealer on them. But I do just want to lift my brow bone. So I'm going to use this on an angled brush, and then just use that brush also just to blend down onto my lid and blend that concealer out, just to give myself a little bit of a lift. Now I'm going to move on to eyes. I wanted to use an affordable palette that you guys can get your hands on in the drugstore, so I'm going to be using the Lottie London x xthyle Living My Best Life palette. I love this palette. I think it's a really great one for just someone that wants colours that they're going to use on the daily. And I like all the matte shades. I love the shimmer shades, and they are super pigmented. And of course I love Twilly as well. So I am actually going to use the shade Chickaterian. This is the shade that I love the most in the palette, and it is very me. It's very earthy and nude toned. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to pop this shade into the crease and really work it into the crease and take it up towards the brow bone just to smoke it out. Now notice that I am someone that really likes to come into these inner corners with a kind of bronzy shade. Obviously I wouldn't do it with like a bright pink or anything, but I like to really come down and define the nose. Now going back into the same eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take a little bit of Chickaterian and mix a little bit of Hey Guys. These are obviously earthy colours that I like. Mix them together just to deepen it up that tiny little bit. And I'm going to use a smaller blending brush now and really concentrate this colour just into the crease, just so I've got the most amount of depth and I'm building dimension on my eyes. I'm just going to pop on a little bit, the tiniest amount of Red Velvet, just to deepen that crease up a little bit more. Now I'm going to take the shade Chickaterian again on a pencil brush, and I'm going to line my lower lash line with this. Just taking a big brush, I'm just going to buff that colour out. Going back in, we are going to just take a little bit of Red Velvet and Hey Guys, mix them together, and then pop this on my lower lash line as well. Now I'm a sucker for matte eyes. I think just my go-to makeup look is very simple. It is just matte eyes. So I'm going to go back into that palette and take the shade Literally, which is this beautiful yellow kind of beige-ish tone, and it's a matte shade, which is what I love. I'm going to take a little bit of this on a flat brush, and I'm just going to pop this onto my lids and take that colour into the inner corners. I feel like when I do this, my eyes just open up, and I like that kind of awake look for an everyday makeup look. Now, I always find that colours like this, colours that are light, are better if you pack them on. We're not going for a cut crease, and I just want a slight hint of brightness, so when I blend the transition colour, we'll lose some of it. But they're better if you just pack them on as opposed to swipe. because then you're just gonna lose the brightness, which is what we're going for. Then I'm just gonna blend out the edges, just so it's soft. Now, depending on my mood, it honestly depends on how I feel, whether I have time to do a wing liner or whether I want to do a wing liner. Some days, more often than not, actually, I don't really do a wing liner, but today I'm going to do a little baby one. We are just going to concentrate on the outskirts and not bring it too much all the way in. So I'm just going to do a little baby wing on each eye. This is just going to kind of create more of a sultry feline look, which is what I like. On days that I don't do it with a pen, I will just do it with a little bit of shadow if my eyeshadow isn't too dark that day. But today I'm just going to do a little baby wing. We're going to be using the Black Magic. This is the Eyelash liquid eyeliner. Now this is my favourite bit of my whole makeup routine. I'm going to go into the Anastasia times Norvina palette. I'm going to take the shade Dreamer. I love this shade as a highlighter. So I've just wet my brush a little bit and I'm going to pop this into my inner corners. It kind of just does wonders for my eyes and I really love it. I'm going to pop it into my inner corners, dab that out into a little bit to a third of my eye, just so you can really see that my eyes have opened up and they're very bright. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of the same highlighter just on my brow bone as well. Now I definitely like a few good layers and I like the inner corner to just pop, so I add a good few layers. Okay, so recently I've been setting underneath the eyes. I know, shock horror, I don't bake though. I've only been setting and I really like the Airspun loose face powder. This is a translucent extra coverage. What I'm going to do is I work in weird ways. I don't want to complete the eyes. I am just going to set my under eyes and then we're going to move on to finishing the face before we come back to the eyes. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush and then dab it into my Airspun powder and then just pat this a small amount, just pat it, just so it sets my concealer in place and leaves it looking flawless. I always feel like setting your under eyes is the deal breaker. Like, once your under eyes are set, that's it, there's no going back, because you can't add any more concealer, you can't do any of that. So, I mean, we're all set now. Now I'm going to move on to a little bit of bronzer, and I'm going to go to my go-to because I love it and I need to find another love for bronzer. But this is the MAC Give Me Sun. I'm going to just take this on a fluffy brush and then apply this because I like more of a tan look. I'm just going to apply it everywhere that you would usually tan. So that would be the cheekbones, the temples and the jawline, and just a little bit down the sides of my nose just to blend everything together. So one thing that I really like to do is I like to take this bronzer, so from my nose, take this bronzer and take it through just the tops here and through my crease. I feel like when I do this, it just kind of ties everything in with the warmth on my cheeks. And it also just gives like a little bit of definition. Next, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of flush to the cheeks. Usually I wouldn't go with like a pinkish blusher, I'd always go for a warm tone. But recently I like the kind of flush that it gives. I'm going to go in with Obsessions. This is the Pinky Promise blusher palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Secret, which is obviously the most nude of them all, but it comes up just like a natural flush to the cheeks. And I actually like to wear my blusher quite low and then bring it up towards the temples. I just feel like it's more flattering on my face shape. So I'm going to use that same bronzer brush and just apply it to the apples of my cheeks and then blend upwards. So I don't know if it's picking up on camera, I can't see it here, but I can see it in real life and it is the tiniest amount of flush. I don't want to add too much. I like it just to look like my cheeks have been pinched. Now moving on to highlight. I've been feeling a little bit bougie recently, okay? And I am loving the Givenchy. This is the Teint Couture Shimmer Powder. I can't even pronounce it. In the shade 02 Shimmery Gold. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on my big fluffy brush and I'm just going to apply this to my cheekbones and just a little bit down at the center of my face as well, because I like me a little bit of highlight. I like to glow. I like to glow for the gods, but on an everyday we're just going to add a little bit of highlight just for that satin finish. Now moving back to eyes, I'm just going to add a little bit of Collections Lash Surge. Now moving on to eyes, I'm just going to add a little bit of Collections Lash Surge mascara just on to my lashes before we add fake lashes. Now by no means do you need to wear false lashes, you really don't. I think my lashes actually look pretty cute like this. They are fairly long, but I just love falsies. It's just me, I like to be a little bit extra. The falsies that I absolutely love and you guys are probably tired of seeing are the House of Lashes. These are the House of Lashes Sephora collection in the style Natalia. I love these because they're just lightweight. They kind of just elongate my natural lashes and they're very wispy. I would like to get my hands on the iconic lights because I think I'd love them, but just go for any lashes that you like that just kind of lengthen and add a little bit of drama to your eyes. So I'm just going to pop these babies on. I think you would have thought that I would have mastered putting lashes on myself. I mean, this one went on quite nicely, but every time I'm just someone that would rather have someone put my lashes on for me. I don't mind other people, but putting lashes on yourself is hard. Like, I just think it's hard. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some mascara on my lower lashes. I love doing this. I just feel like it really completes your eye look. I don't want a crazy amount, but I want enough to see that I've got bottom lashes. I mean, I don't like a crazy amount of bottom mascara. It depends, because if my lashes on the top are very heavy, then I tend to go heavy on the bottom. But if I just want like a neutral go-to everyday look, then I like to just kind of coat them so you can see them. Moving on to lips, this will very much depend on how my lips are feeling. My lips are feeling really chapped recently, but my go-to lips are usually probably just like the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow. I like that on my lips. I don't tend to go matte too often, or it is honestly just a balm on the lips like the Clarins lip oil. But today I'm going to be using the Barrym lip liner. This is in the shade Go To. I'm just going to quickly line my lips with this. Sometimes I like to overline, but not crazy, just on my cupid's bow and just on the bottom, and then I stay to the natural sides. I like it if I'm doing like a matte lip, but my lips are already quite big, so I don't really need to overline. I just like the look. For the center of my lip, I'm going to use Beauty Bakery's. This is their liquid lip in the shade I like to Chai Lip Whip. I like this color. It's a little bit lighter, but it's not too much, and it's going to be a really great nude. So I'm just going to pop this into the center and then give it a quick finger blend. Now I'm choosing to leave the lips matte today because I quite like it with my outfit, but I'll carry a lip oil in my bag and then I'll probably go and I'll probably put like a gloss on instead. Next, I'm just going to finish off with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. This is the 4-in-1 setting mist. I'm just going to give myself a couple of spritz just to set everything in place and make sure that all the powder and everything is settled into my skin nicely. So I've just realised that this is very Clueless vibes, isn't it? I love this. This is a crop top from Motel Rocks, but it's giving me Clueless. I wish it was in pink. I wish I had one in pink. It's cute. Cutesy. So that, guys, that concludes my go-to makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Of course, you don't have to wear all of this makeup. You can take away from it. You can add to it. It's honestly makeup, I would say like everyday makeup, but I don't wear makeup every day. I don't wear makeup a lot. If I'm going shopping, if I'm going out for dinner, even if I'm going for a night out, if I'm going clubbing, this could be my go-to look. It's a look that is very versatile, and that's why I like it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you guys really liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my social handles, which is Instagram. Check that out down below. I don't really use Snapchat that much anymore. No, but check out my Instagram because I upload every single day on there. And well, almost every day. And that is it, guys. I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.